Hearthstone is still loading up right now, so no audio. So figured I would throw myself up on the screen. One thing I like to do, because you can always be like, oh, I need to get this ready, I need to get this ready. So I really like just hitting the start streaming button and going over to the intro scene, which ticks down from 3 minutes, and then saying, okay, I got 3 minutes and whatever I get together is there and is ready, and whatever isn't. But it's a good way to, like, get yourself into doing something. If you've thought about streaming before or something, but you're hesitant to press that go live button, I recommend just having, like, a countdown and then hopping in it with that. And it definitely helps, at least for, like, the first few streams and stuff. Now I think I don't really have that much of a problem, but it's also tricky because I drift in and out of caring about streaming and stuff, so it's good to have some additional incentive. Hello, Kalari. I'm going to play some other games today in a moment, some games you might be more familiar with, but for right now, I'm going to hop into Battlegrounds and at least do my first game of the day here, get my brain warmed up, and then you let me know when people start playing SolForge. I'll draft a deck, and we'll get into some SolForge drafting. But for right now, I think just good to, I want to play at least one game of Battlegrounds a day, keep trying to climb, do a little bit of something. So let's load it up here, and let's get the brain awake. Honestly, it would probably be easier to wake up the brain playing SolForge because a lot of that is like muscle memory at this point, though. It's tricky because I don't remember all of the numbers. It's kind of like a little bit like sense memory. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that thing being good, and I just take it, but I'm not really like analyzing, at least when I did the practice draft with you the other day. Get that right, we're going to be drafting some SolForge, so that should be fun. Oh, I think my sound is a little bit loud. Okay, and we've got Inge, the Iron Hymn. Probably check that hero out, or put a secret onto the battlefield. Cool, there's a few people playing already. Alright, well maybe I'll just play one game of Battlegrounds, and then I'll hop over to SolForge. Let's try out Inge, the Iron Hymn. I maybe played Inge once off stream, but I don't even remember if I'd done that. Give a minion attack equal to your tavern tier, or give a minion health equal to your tavern tier, and it swaps over each turn. Amalgam is a pretty good character to grab, just because this is something that you can keep around for a while, so let's grab the Mistake.
It's not the strongest, but it'll fight hard.
And make it a 2-3. This beats a lot of other things. Beats the 4-1s and 1-4s. Not the 4-1s. It beats the 1-4s. Ties with Risen Rider. Risen Rider would have been a stronger opening play, but this will be a stronger play. Ultimately, we do still grab the win here. We actually would have tied if we grabbed Risen Rider there.
You're good at this.
Alright, don't think I'm going to lock a second Mistake, but a 2-5 is pretty decent stats to start the game off with. And against a pirate, I think we always win. Assuming Hogger levels here, which it would be crazy if they... Oh, I guess if they... That's interesting. If they had a Buccaneer or Swashbuckler, whatever that's called, they would have 5 gold this turn. That might give you the incentive not to level, but I don't think that that would be correct to do still. Because then you could sell the Buccaneer and buy 2 things. And if those things are pirates, then you have more gold next turn as well. Alright, looks like they did go for it. No, just double Scallywag. Well, they are going to grab a win here, but at what cost? So they gain an extra gold from buying it, and then gain an extra gold from buying this one. But they're now like behind. I mean, they get to buy 2 characters this next turn. But I think they are significantly behind on gold overall. It makes that not worthwhile. Reef Riffer, not terrible. I wouldn't mind to grab just some, like, permanent scaling on this, like a Twilight Emissary. A Cup isn't terrible. I also don't hate Patient Scout here this early on. Yeah, let's just grab Patient Scout.
I'll do what I can.
We give Patient Scout plus 2 attack, or just make this a 4-5. I think that's fine, too. I do always love me a Lava Lurker. So that could be something to consider as well. What is this guy? After you upgrade to tier 5, discover 2 dragons of any tier. Alex Straza. Just a different artwork I wasn't familiar with. Master Nguyen is a pretty good hero. Probably Master Nguyen and Zephyrus are like the heroes that are the most exciting in this lobby. Oh, that is really awkward RNG there to take a bunch of damage for no reason. Well, our health total's still relatively high.
Welcome back. How's
All right.
it going out there?
Probably just pick up some pirates.
The odds are in my favor.
And I'm still just going to throw the stats on my amalgam here. Main reason being, again, this is like the character that we're actually going to keep around for the longest time here. For the longest time. As far as Soulforge, we'll see how that goes. I'll probably do 2 drafts. I might just like speed through the drafting portion of them, so that way we can get to the games, but we shall see what happens. But if anybody would like to play some Soulforge later, check out the easiest way to probably navigate to it is through Kalari's post on the Soulforge subreddit. 3 snakes seems fair. This opponent is absolutely huge for no reason right now. Wow. We take way more damage there than we had any right taking. But whatever. If this game goes terribly, then I will play another game of Battlegrounds.
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
Alright, we could give a Murloc some stats. We could pick up a Blazing Skyfin. Just go for the Mug. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna play the Murloc, it just makes more sense almost to grab the Mug. They're almost the same amount of stats, though, to be totally honest. But I think I'll just go for Mug here.
Need a drink?
Like a 4-4 and a 2-2 versus a 2-3 and a 3-3. It's like slightly more stats this way. I'm not sure if you can get banned for posting a link because you're modded. I think you and I are both allowed to post links. But yes, that's another way to do it. Kalari.tech/KF. That'll bring you right over to the web-based version of the game, which is always up to date. You can also download it and play it locally on your computer. You just gotta make sure you got the up-to-date client. Alright, looks like we're doing better on this combat. Much better, in fact. We will give my opponent some bonus gold off the Corpse Refiner, but we're level 3. We're actually hanging on to a bunch of gold right now, too, with our pirate friends.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
I don't hate Eternal Knight. Don't hate Corpse Refiner. Just an early Eternal Knight is kind of interesting, though it's not that great either. See if we can roll. Okay, I like the idea of grabbing a Maybe even hanging on to Faceless Disciple and, like, trying to level up. Though I'm not leveling up anytime soon, so maybe I don't love that.
So anyway,
Let's grab this.
I started blasting.
I'm gonna grab Faceless Disciple because I think it sounds fun. Then I could sell off a Gambler for another pirate, potentially. I do always love going Lava Lurker strategies. Might just pick up another mistake here. Next turn we can discover a tier 5 minion and then make it a tier 6 one.
You're down
That's
a
pretty
minion
cool.
and up a goal.
Sure. I'll give the gunpowder... Oh, I didn't realize it was health, I guess, actually.
You can turn this around.
Maybe should have just put that on the amalgam then anyways. But that's fine. Alright, we're taking a little bit of damage here, but now we're going to grab a tier 6 character, and then hopefully we can do something fun with that. We're taking quite a bit of damage, though. We're now losing in this lobby.
The battle is really raging out there.
We could faceless it again if we don't like it. I don't hate Vanessa. I actually don't hate Hungering Abomination either. That's just really good, like, always scaling, though. Maybe Vanessa this early is really strong, too. It basically pumps up the whole board. Alright, I kind of like all of these things. Let's maybe make this into a level 5 character now. See where that brings me.
A good tactical choice.
Wow, we're playing pirates, aren't we?
Crosses the uncrowned.
Okay.
Now.
This is cool. This is cool. I don't know if I need Corpse Refiner or not. I don't think I do. I think I'd rather find like another gun girl. I've got 2 more rolls to find another good pirate. Scallywag is meh. This is my last real chance to find a pirate. I'm just gonna grab Tad.
Up a goal.
And then this is... Yeah, I think I just put... Oh, that was attack? Oh well.
Have
Put
a
it on
good
Vanessa
battle,
regardless
friend.
here. A record smuggler and a Vanessa this early seems like it could be a lot of fun. So I think this is good. I'm gonna get 6 extra gold at the start of my turn. That's just fantastic. It's an additional +1/+1 on my entire team. Yeah, I want to find some more gunpowder gals.
Nice work
There
out
she
there.
is. There's another
Keep up the
pirate here
pressure.
too. Fantastic. Bunch of gold this turn. Let's grab her.
A good tactical choice.
Let's grab this and roll. Or level, rather. And then roll. Okay. This is pretty good. Yeah, we're... Oh, Rip Snarl Captain too. Oh my word. Let's give Vanessa health. I'm gonna grab this. Roll. Roll. Do not find another pirate. We're gonna play this at the end of the turn.
Hiring that minion will
Wow.
get you a
Okay.
triple.
Let's lock on there. I could sell off all 3 of these things and triple the gunpowder girl.
Target practice.
A melon.
+20. Insane. And I still got more gold to spend this turn.
So
Wham
anyway,
bam. Thank
I
you,
started
ma'am.
blasting.
And Beat Impressionist. Holy pirates. Well, looks like it is a pirate's life for me. Next turn I will get to Impressionist something. I'm really hoping to find Peggy then here.
Don't tell the others.
But we're quite large, I think, for right now. Ooh, okay, Leroy gets to trade with one of our characters, but Vanessa's like a 3-for-1, as long as they miss Vanessa. Oh, I guess Vanessa almost trades there. Okay. So, this is just barely going to be a win, but it is still a win, in fact. And 10 damage to them, so I'll take it. We're doing good here. Hogger's also playing pirates, but I got all the good ones. So, tough luck. Tough
Good at this.
luck to you, Hogger. I have so much gold. I should be able to find a Peggy this turn. This doesn't really help me. It does kind of, because it lets me cycle through with gunpowder. Alright, let's grab it. Sure. If we can triple it, it's cute. Because then I could make gold level 5 pirate, which there's 3 of. Ooh, okay. Blade Collector. I do want to get that on the board ASAP and start giving it the major him wherever possible. This was the other reason that I picked up the Busker. I figured, like, worst case scenario, we wind up using the Impressionist on a Busker. And it feels like it's maybe not the worst thing in the world. Not the best thing in the world either, but it's at least a little bit of extra gold we get to cycle through and grab some additional pirates. So I don't know, because we're going to get a gold, which means we get a discover. I don't know if there's... I mean, there is one good pirate on level 6. Every 8 gold you spend, you get a random pirate. I'm just curious, should I level up so that I can try to discover that? Or should I just stay level 4 so that I can find a smuggler or a Vanessa? I'm not really interested in an Impressionist, but a smuggler or a Vanessa, both of those could be fun. We're probably going to sell through the amalgams soon if we can't triple them. Might even just look to sell through it regardless, but tripling it could be really insane, so we'll see what happens. This is like lethal. I mean, it's going to hit the damage cap at 555, 5, 4. That's 20. Would have been 24 damage. That's crazy. Damage cap is gone, so now we can start killing people. Which is kind of another reason to get rid of Amalgam as well, specifically. Let's stay level 4, play the Busker. Alright, we missed. We get to give something Taunt, though, which does protect the Blade Collector and Vanessa, so it's not a total miss. We'll go here. Looking for Peggy. Can we find our little Peggy? Okay, we can triple Busker again.
Gold in my hat. Golden teeth, gold in my hat.
Let's see what we get off of that.
Teeth, gold in my hat.
Another miss, that's fine. Sure.
The odds are in my favor.
Running out of time a little bit. Another Blade Collector is good. I can sell through the Buccaneer still, and I will do so. Let's roll, and let's give this a bunch of stats. We could lock on to the Gambler, though I don't think that that's super necessary.
Keep up the momentum,
No Peggy
friend.
still that whole time. Ah, my camera froze again. Unlucky. Okay. I'm just going to turn it off. These turns are too complicated to... Oh, okay. They put a Vanessa in their other thing. A lot of pirates across the board. Poor Hogger. But I'm pretty sure we are the captain here now. Not quite going to be a kill on this one. What is that? 21. We get pretty dang close, and I'm feeling pretty powerful. And to come to think, at the start of this game, I was like, oh, I don't know if this game's going to go super well for us, but It definitely has. We get a bunch of gold here, 23 to start off the turn. Should I level to try to find a record smuggler or a Vanessa? Yeah, probably. I got the cash to spend. Let's spend it, baby. Let's just cycle through these. Here's a Peggy.
Gold in my hat.
I guess I'll grab a golden Peggy. That seems fine. I'm just going to cycle through these for now.
Gold in my hat.
Yeah, golden Peggy, another Peggy. All of that seems pretty decent. No third Peggy, unfortunately. I was like, is Peggy a tier 5 character? Because I didn't see it until I hit 5, and then I started seeing nothing but it, but not quite. We could play a Peggy here. I don't know if there's... I mean, it doesn't hurt to play it. It just gains scaling off of Vanessa. I think maybe we could wind up tossing the Impressionist. But we're going to have to toss the Peggy as well regardless, because we're not going to have the space for everything. I guess we could maybe triple the Blade Collector, which I'm not even sure if that's great to do. But yeah, maybe getting rid of the Impressionist next turn, playing the Peggy, and then buying some cards so that way we have all of those things going every which way. That could be decent. I will try to load up my camera, reload my camera. But no promises.
Everyone's gunning for it. Watch out.
She's a temperamental camera. Okay, we are definitely bigger than this magma lock here. And we grab a nice little 3-for-1. And we grab not quite a kill. We're going to put my opponent down to 2 here. All right, my camera really does not want to cooperate today, so we'll let it be.
Nice work.
Let's just grab another Peggy, I think. Okay, another
I
Vanessa.
wouldn't be caught dead.
Sure. Another Vanessa is great.
Exactly what you
I
looking
might keep
for.
this spot on the board open. Vanessa doesn't really need the stats on herself that much. I mean, she'd appreciate them. She doesn't need them. Sure. More stats for the Pirates.
Target fragment.
Don't need that. Cycle through this. I'll cycle through my undead guy as well.
Teeth, gold in my hat.
Alright, and then one more pirate I can buy. Nothing here. Do I just buy something to give my pirates randomly some stats for adding a card to my hand? Probably yes. Unfortunately, none of these also add a card to my hand. Like, none of these are a spellcraft thing or anything, but the puffer could potentially be useful down the line, and then I'll play Vanessa. The triple reward gives me Uther. Maybe one of those things added something to hand, wasn't paying enough attention, and then I'll give Vanessa a little bit more stats, but this is a pretty dang good board, I gotta say. We went down a little bit in power, popping both of these Peggies onto the board. We might wind up cycling through this Peggy next turn if we don't hit the Blade Collector triple early, though I don't know if I want a triple Blade Collector. They're both big enough, and they go down in power after you triple them, so might just look to keep this as is so that we can grab as many 3-for-1s as possible, because that is just nasty. But that is a kill onto Mutanus, no, Ticketus. And potentially, probably puts us into the top 4. Yes, indeed. Okay.
Your minions really pull
So
their
another
weight.
Buccaneer seems like it. Oh, this is a Blade Collector. Sure, let's grab it. Oh my gosh, that's such a huge guy. Here's Fleet Admiral, so I think I'll grab Fleet Admiral as well and probably sell through Peggy. Yeah, let's grab shell collectors.
It's good to get
Because
some
they add
minions
additional
in there.
cards to my hand, too. Wow. Record Smuggler. The triple could be cool. Yeah. Alright, let's grab this. Roll.
Hiring that minion will
Alright,
get
we
you
found the triple. We do have to get rid of Peggy here. Unfortunately, no other way around that.
Pirated? Now, borrow.
That'll do some damage.
They're in my favor. Pirated? Now, borrow.
Wow. Okay. We're going to triple this now.
She sells seashells.
That was maybe a mistake, because I maybe could have tripled that guy.
The odds are in my favor.
Gold in my teeth, gold in my hat. Oh, a golden
Just going to grab another golden coin. I'm going to use the golden coin.
Target practice. Wanted peanut manners?
Okay, pretty cool
Got
stuff.
this. You're way ahead.
Pretty dang cool stuff. My pirates are grabbing 3-for-1s just by virtue of being bigger than everything else by magnitudes here. So if we can find another fleet admiral, which we would have to level to do so. Yeah, maybe it was a mistake
out
to...
Keep up the
You
pressure.
know what? Let's just level.
Now we are in business.
I could just put another blade collector out there and see how much we can scale it. I'll see if we can complete the fleet collector, though. I think it's possible. Underhanded dealer with all of this gold that we're making does not seem terrible here either. I'm sure this can never give you another fleet collector. Tad is also kind of interesting and at some point potentially worth exploring. 4 gold left. I gotta
Go
sell
ahead and
through
hire
this
one of
then.
these recruits.
Okay, that's fine.
Target
The odds are in my favor.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
That's gonna give something
That's
a
what I
ton
would
of stats.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
I do probably want to end on some type of scam. Maybe I'll just grab this, blow up some divine shields. That seems like it might be good. Get through this, a
Down minion and
busker.
up a goal.
gold in my hat.
I don't even want to play that actually now.
A million.
Down a minion and up a goal. That's what I would have picked. You're down a minion and up a goal.
Round.
Oh well,
You
whatever.
got this. You're way ahead.
Down a minion, up a gold. I think it's going to be fine. We just have to dodge a little bit of poisonous here. That's a big coral, actually. That can be a little bit scary. It's only a 2-for-1, so that's not fantastic. And then we see the green counters. Yeah, this got a little bit spooky here, actually. Do I lose? Am I dead? I do lose, but I'm not dead. And this had reborn as well. Okay, so I gotta tighten this up a little bit. I didn't put in another pirate, so I lose some passive
Pick
gold
yourself
there.
back up
That's
and turn it around.
a little bit unfortunate.
Odds are in my favor.
Let's see what we can do. I'll grab this.
I love catching some waves. Gold in my teeth, gold in my hat.
You're down a minion and up a goal.
I don't know if Tunnel Blaster is exactly what I need here either. The thing that removes Reborn is kind of cute. I'm just going to be cycling through this. Whatever. Not that great. I think Selfless Hero might be okay. It's probably a fine thing if I can triple it.
A melody.
Go ahead and hire one of
Okay,
these.
there's a triple for it. Probably should have been using that
Nothing scares
this whole game.
me. Except noise.
Okay. Yeah, Selfless Hero is pretty good.
You're doing
I should have
great
moved
out
it
there.
later on. So that way some other things could get attacked into. I think this turn I'm going to cut the Fleet Admiral. It's got the least amount of stats, and I'll look to replace it with, like, some type of venomous character. This was bad ordering because I delayed my Blade Collector, and that could have been really terrible for me, but winds up being okay. So now we are in the finals. I'll probably sell or buy 2 things before I just roll twice or buy something. So I get a little bit more value out of the fleet.
Nice work out there. Keep up the
Sure, we'll
pressure.
grab this. Goodbye.
You didn't make the cut.
Okay, I like glow scale.
Go big or go home, I always say.
She sells seashells.
Let's give this Divine Shield, and let's move this here. Definitely grab the Balladist. Need some amount of taunt. Okay, this is probably fine too. I didn't mean taunt, I meant
Honor your business,
poisonous.
friend.
Health, sure.
She sells.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
Just concentrating here now.
Teeth holding my hat.
Alright, let's cycle through this first.
A melody of love.
That one might make
And then I'll
all
play
the
this.
difference.
Alrighty. Oh, I don't want this to go there. Okay. I don't want this to
I
get
think
the
you
Divine
can
Shield.
win this thing.
Okay. That's a big hit. Blade Collector survives with its Divine Shield and is able to take out Coral, so that's pretty big. But then the Blade Collector goes down, and now I just have to take out the Bream counter. I miss. Unfortunate, but these Divine Shields should allow me to grab the win. Is that going to allow me to grab the kill? Yes! Wow. Okay, really, really close one. Really fun game and a fun way to start the stream and start my day. There we go. First place finish with Inge, the Ingenious. I'm not sure what its full name is, but there we go. There is an Inge completion. I forgot to use the hero power in more than a few of those games, but that was still enough to get it done. Let's take a look at the final stats there for Inge. Oops, spoiling a YouTube video there, but yeah, here we go. Just a bunch of pirates pretty early on was all it took, and then some nice little ways to fill out the board at the end of the game in addition to that big Blade Collector. Sweet stuff. Sweet stuff. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. No Lux given. Peace. Alrighty, and I guess I did want to check this too. Was that my... Oh, that was my first game with Inge. Okay, cool. So first game with Inge, first top 4, and first win as well. Now what we gotta do is load the camera back up. So we can transition into some SOLFORGE. Cool. Alrighty. And for SolForge, does the client have music? That is one thing I am not sure about. But let's hop on over to Kalari.tech/KF. Okay, no music. So I will just throw on some I'll throw on a public domain playlist so that way I can just keep this live stream up, I think. We could play some music too and I could just edit it later. That's also fine. Maybe that would be more fun. But we're going to let this load up here. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's like the most important thing. I just didn't know if you had access to the music files that were available previously for the game and if you were like allowed to use them. And if you'd made use, because I play all my games on mute anyways, so I would not have known. All right, we are almost loaded up here. And then I'll do a little intro thing for YouTube. I think I will just get some music on. Does that mean anything to you? Should I refresh? I'll refresh. Maybe that was a mistake. Let me throw on some music. Actually, I think if I throw on music, the YouTube stream will just straight up go down. So that's probably not wise. Let me find some royalty-free music here. I didn't think about this, but doing a playing a browser-based client while I'm streaming is maybe a little bit of a stretch for me. Just because my computer like shuts down as far as loading up web pages while I'm also streaming. Like I can't load up YouTube at the same time I'm doing this as well. Which is probably what that error message was. Yeah. I should have just set up the downloadable version. The other day, the web version worked so great for me that I did not think, oh yeah. Also, you always leak my info there. Not that everybody knows my email, but it does let people know how many digits are in my password. Maybe shouldn't draw more attention to it, but I don't know if that's avoidable, other than just not streaming while I load into the game, but there you go. We are back in it here. We're going to play some SolForge. We're loaded in. I have a feeling that I will not want the camera over here. I'll play around with it. I'll maybe just make it smaller as we... Actually, I think for the drafting portion, it will be best served on this side of the screen. And then maybe for the playing portion, I'll put it over top of the game log or something. But for now, I wanted to load up a playlist of this, which I believe is all going to be public domain. This should be the same music that's in my YouTube videos for the most part here. Sometimes this does get copy striked, but I dispute it and I win. It's just annoying that people can even do that in the system. There we go. You know what? Let's start it off here. Let's give me a clean cut for the YouTube. And let's see what we can get into here. All right, so I'm going to try to hit this right as I say up. But gotta do my fingers here as well. Right, that's a mark in for YouTube. What is up, everybody? Oh, nope, that didn't work. Let me try that one more time. Here we go. It keeps auto-playing. Okay. I'm just going to hit play and then start. What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given, and today I'm going to be playing some SolForge. So we are going to hop in a draft of SolForge for the first time in a long time. Kalari has been hard at work behind the scenes on a little SolForge revival project for the... Oh, my camera's frozen. I can take this one more time here. Should I switch to the SolForge category? Are there going to be people... Is that a category? Is that discoverable? Figured I would just stay in Marvel Snap, and then maybe some people would be like, what is this? Which I know is... Okay, there is a SolForge category. It's fine. Alright, I gotta fix my camera. Then we'll do this intro again. If the camera goes down after the intro, it's fine, but stay up for the intro, my dude. I'm just going to unplug it for a moment. That should work. Okay. So as long as we have the camera for this intro, let's rewind the music. And let's take it one more time. What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given, back with some SolForge. I haven't played SolForge in a long time, but Kalari has been hard at work behind the scenes, working on a SolForge revival with the original SolForge. Basically, the original game, so much so, in fact, that we're only going to be looking at the first 1.5 sets, which I don't exactly remember totally what that means. I did do a practice draft a few days ago, just to kind of see how the client was working, but we're gonna hop in a draft. We're gonna see if we can have some fun, and we're gonna play some games. And there are, I believe, some other people online right now to play games with us from like 2 to 5 on Saturdays, 2 p.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST on Saturdays. I believe there is a small collection of players that get together, so we're gonna see if anybody wants to play. If not, Kalari will battle against us a few times as well, but let's hop into a draft and see what kind of magic we can make happen. Okay, I am gonna have to move my camera around just a wee bit here. Let's see, where do I want to put me? I'll probably throw me right up here. I don't need to see the word pick. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay, let me cut that. We're doing it all live. And our only options here are Aloyan cards or Tempest cards. So we could maybe try to do something a little bit silly, like with Fire Fist Uranti. I do generally like the Justicar, though its stats aren't as strong as it was at some levels of the game. I think it got nerfed maybe towards the end there. This is your only friendly creature, so we could kind of go Voltron. I kind of just wanted to do like a, solid deck, but these are all leading me towards playing some sillier things. Master of Elements, it's okay. Spells as underdrops can often be awkward, but in this color combination, it's fine. I think Orion Justicar is like the most boring thing that we can pick if we just want to play good Soulforge. And part of me feels like that's where I should start, because it's been a number of years. It's probably been like, I don't know, what, 6 years since we've really played Soulforge proper? So part of me just wants to start with Orion Justicar and kind of reintegrate myself back into the game with that. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. Is that too boring? Fire Fist Uranti is like a 10, 11, 14, 16. I kind of like Fire Fist Uranti, but I feel like if I'm going to go Tempest, I should go Master of Elements. I can maybe see taking this one too. 12 attack, armor, 4. This is not bad. The first level's really good with a 5/6. This isn't bad. And then this is only good if you get the bonus, which is possible. Let's go boring. I'm gonna go boring. Okay, and then I kind of actually do like Stonefist Giant. I was kind of avoiding Tempest, but Stonefist Giant is a really, really good card, and kind of makes me wish I went for Master of Elements. The reason I did go for Master of Elements is I remember Tempest not being where I wanted to be. And the practice draft I did the other day was Utera, and I really like Utera. Stonefist Giant is kind of cool. The thing is, I like staying in Utera whenever possible, but I really don't want to pick up heavy artillery. So let's grab Stonefist Giant, and yeah. Let's get back into... Okay, so this card's really big on level 2. It's actually quite large on level 2. And this card's good on level 1 and level 2 as well, but not great as an underdrop, so it's potentially Sparkblade here. Or just Volcanic Giant as, like, again, another boring card. Ooh, that kind of moved around on us a little bit. There are a few bugs that we'll see today, but we get to play Soulforge. That's the important part. I do like the ability to have some damage push. We do already have a big priority level card. It's like kind of an underdrop without being an underdrop. I'll take Sparkblade. Another Sparkblade, and then Sparkbot, which is just solid stats across the board, very boring. I think I'll go for Wind Primordial. It's a nice way to push damage, and a solid card regardless. Light Shield Patrol has to get additional attack. I think I'm definitely showing off some of my rustiness here. But I think I'm just going to go for another... Oh no, this is pretty solid. Okay, we'll grab this, and then we'll grab one heavy artillery at some point. I don't think I need to grab it right this second, but you basically just grab one heavy artillery to use on the level 3 Light Shield Patrol, and it gives it +5/+4, and that's pretty good. You can always use it, but like, there's no point in using it on the first level. I think here I grab Forge Plate Sentry. I'm not interested in heavy artillery when I can pick a better card up. I think I always take Ionic War Charger. I do really like Magma Hound as just one of the few ways in Tempest to impact multiple lanes. But Ionic War Charger can also impact multiple lanes by being a mobility card. Negate regeneration from a creature. That is not what I remembered this card doing. But okay, I'm going to grab another Stone Fist Giant. That is the reason that we went into Tempest. Now, we've got two different options for cards that impact multiple lanes here. Magma Hound or Aegis Conscripts. And I do believe Aegis Conscripts is a little bit better. Magma Hound better on level 2. Actually, I kind of like Magma Hound here. Okay. It is like a secret way to push damage as well. Speaking of push damage, we've got Jetpack, Windcaller Shaman, and Flame Speaker. All definite ways to push damage. I don't really like Windcaller because the ability cares about the level of the creature that you want to move. Jetpack is cool, but I think we're going to have enough mobility in these colors anyways that I really don't need to do so. Ashurian Mystic. This is one I haven't seen in a while. This card can get out of hand. It's pretty fun. I do think it's probably just Vault Tech here for like a reasonable underdrop though. Alright, and then I was thinking we are pretty heavily in Aloyan. We've got 6 Aloyan cards, and I guess we've got 5 Tempest cards, just 2 pairs, so it seems like less. But I think we want to grab any Savants we can find, and Steel Shaper's good. It is the worst one, but you can use the ability on itself, which is good. We're going to grab that. And it's the other reason to have like Volt Tactician and underdrops that are Aloyan. I'm going to go War Charger before I go Light Shield Patrol, I believe. Volt Tech as an underdrop to work with the Steel Shaper might be better than Forge Plate Sentry. I feel like we have a lot of priority levels as is. So yeah, let's take a Volt Tech. I do like the heavy artillery, like I said, at some point, but I really don't need more than one, and Matrix Warden might even just be a better way to accomplish that. Always Matrix Warden there. Nexus Pilot, again, a cute underdrop. Force Field for 5 armor, and then Steel Shaper Savant for even more armor, though we only have 1 Steel Shaper, so I don't need to build around it like crazy. Nexus Pilot actually a little bit awkward with our all of our mobility cards, which is kind of funny. I think 1 Nexus Pilot is always good though. It's just a lot of stats. Probably another Volt Tech here. Alright, we grabbed some rares here. So we've got some big ones. It's probably going to be scrappy. let's reread everything. When you gain a rank, deal 3 to each non-Tempest creature. Not great. Steelforged Avatar we can actually almost even go for. So if we consider that we currently have 5 Tempest cards, I mean, it's not going to be better than Scrapforged Titan. This card's just a bomb, so let's stop kidding ourselves here. I would love some Technosmiths, was just about to say that. I think we gotta grab Technosmith. It's just really good for consistent draws. Then probably grab an Aegis Conscript. Not gonna worry about Meta Sight. Probably always Matrix Warden here. Always love that card. And it's like, just probably better than Heavy Artillery. We have to get it to level 2 to make it work with the Light Shield Patrol, but that's fine. Tech upgrade, give a friendly robot +4. Is this even a robot? No, it's a human. So it's probably Palladium Pulse Mage here. This card's cool because it's free. If you can find a way to activate it the first player level, it's a pretty good spell. It is a little bit awkward with Nexus Pilot because then you don't want to fill that center slot. But I think I like it. Uranti Bolt, also not bad. Scales very well. I like the word free though. Let's grab that. Is Tech Upgrade, does that ever get free? No. Let's take Sight be an augmentation then. Another Scrappy-Doo. I mean, Battletech. I remember Battletech being kind of insane. Wow. Okay, this is a toughie. I think it's Battle Tactician. Scrappy's good. And good for like the typical strategies that I wind up playing, but I'm gonna go for Battletech. I think that's really strong. And Battletech, how much attack does it give? 8 at the final level. So that is another way to activate the Light Shield Patrol. Don't hate the Bruiser. I think it might just be Electronet here as like a solid underdrop. How many War Chargers do we have? We have 2. We could take a 3rd War Charger. I generally like creatures over spells, which is why I don't like playing this color combination. Sure, we can't go wrong with a War Charger. It's never bad. And then another Light Shield Patrol, another Vault Tech, a Magma Hound. I don't really care for Metamind Adept either. Honestly, I think Vault Tech is just like a totally fine underdrop. Light Shield Patrol is a little bit better with the Battletech, though. 7, 10, 15, 20. Now, this is just so much better. Let's go for Vault Tech. We really are very Aloyan that we could pick the one Aloyan card in here. Wildfire Maiden's kind of crazy. Definitely not going for Stormforged Avatar. Oh, Seismic Adept is really tough to play around, though. I forgot how much I like this card. Yeah. This just creates so many problems for people. I'm definitely grabbing another Technosmith. Heavy Artillery be damned. Maybe I'll grab it if it's an option at the very end, but I'm not going to worry about it. I do think another Stonefist Giant with that second Technosmith pickup is pretty good too. That'll try to be our priority level. I think I'm actually over the Steel Shaper Savant. I think I don't care about Steel Shaper Savant. And I think I grab a Magma Hound here. Impacting multiple lanes is just super important. I don't really want Nexus Pilot, because I think it's going to confuse more things than it helps. And then Forge Guardian Beta is probably what I grab as like kind of a scrappy to finish things out. Iceborne Fortitude is cute. I just generally don't even like playing spells. Yeah, I'll just take a Forge Guardian. I feel like this always gives me things that I can prioritize leveling. So let's hop into some games. I might have to move my camera around a little bit. I think I'm probably going to do a bigger camera and throw it up here. And we'll see how this goes. I'm not sure if there's a way to view the deck. Doesn't look like there is now that we have already drafted it, but we got the gist of it. Bunch of Stone Fist. So let's make some magic happen, baby. Might hop over onto the Discord and just let people know I am in the queue and looking to battle. For some reason, Discord, oops, there we go. All right. Thank you, Kalari. Sure, yeah. I just saw your post on the Discord as well. It would be also like, so you play 4 games right now with draft, which is probably fun and fine and good. It could be interesting while the player base is a little bit smaller. I was just thinking about this last night, to just have a mode where like you and one other player draft at the same time and then play a best of 3 with those same decks, which you can effectively do. We can just play 3 games against each other and then drop. But I thought that was like just an interesting idea for a format, like a heads-up draft battle. Now, it's not like you get to have any type of what do you call it, like interaction as far as like the drafting portion of it goes, but there's probably ways to make it more or less interactive to kind of spice it up there. So Seismic Adept does not need to level. Ionic Warcharger matches up perfectly against the Pilot, though I could play my own Pilot. It's also not terrible. Could Magma Hound to finish off the Pilot, but I definitely want to level up Stonefist Giant here as well. So because I'm leveling up Stonefist, I'm probably not playing Seismic, which is fine. Then I just have to decide between Warcharger and Nexus Pilot. Which I think I'm like kind of over, to be honest. I think I just want to go for Warcharger. So let's do that. We are playing up against Kalari right now, by the way. Actually, let me undo that. Let me just... Can I flip vertical? No. Hold on 1 second. Flip horizontal, flip vertical. Okay, now it looks like I'm looking at the board, which I think will feel a little bit more natural. Technosmith trades here, Stonefist plays here. You kind of get the better of me because you're leveling up a Savant, and I'm not. But seems good. You're leveling up double Stonefist Giant. I guess that was probably a mistake. I should have just Technosmithed the Stonefist Giant because the other card had more stats, but whatever. Alright, Technosmith is going to trade there. That's fine with me. And then Aloy in general makes it a positive battle. Fair enough. Kind of want to finish off your Technosmith. Kind of don't care about it just yet. Forge Plate Sentry lines up really well here because we get to just not care about the armor. So I might go Forge Plate Sentry, Battle, and then Technosmith leveling up Light Shield Patrol. That seems good. Oh, do you get to see what people level up with Technosmith anyways? Maybe you do just get to see that and it's really not a secret. We're going to take a bunch of damage from this Technosmith, I think, so that we can, like, trade with it better. I'm not sure. Probably not the best idea. Aloy in general, now we're losing to that. Okay, we're taking some damage across the board here right now, so we probably need to smarten this up a little bit. Matrix Warden is probably a good way to flip this, or we could flip this. But I think what we do here is we go Matrix Warden, pumping here, and then Ionic War Charger to finish off this Technosmith. Alrighty, we did draw one okay card here into 2.0. And a Light Shield Patrol plus a Wirewood Patriarch. That is absolutely brutal from Kalari there. Unfortunate. I kind of even just want to keep this Technosmith here because it will... make Nexus Pilot awkward. Doesn't look great for me though. And I'll level this. Okay. We're down by 20 right now. So hopefully he has exactly Nexus Pilot this turn. And we made this play a little bit awkward for him by keeping that there. Technosmith. Alright, he's not going to tell us. This gets to trade. This gets to eat. Probably just attempt the trade here. And honestly, probably just attempt the trade here. Okay. We're taking some damage. We're losing some fights right now. A way to swing the Light Shield Patrol in his favor would be quite annoying. Looks like that's not what we have to deal with though, so that's going to go down. Ionic War Charger is actually locked in here now too, so that's kind of okay for me. And I'm just going to wind up doing this, trying to get back in it a little bit. Kalari has also leveled a bunch of cards, so we're not looking that great in that capacity either. Yeah. Okay, there's some interesting stuff that we can do here. Gives something armor 2. Armor 2 won't save the Technosmith, so we're just going to put the armor on the Steel Shaper Savant. Alright, I'm taking some damages here for sure. Oh, it doesn't say another, but it does mean another. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh well. I'll just put it here then. Okay, not a bad 3.0. But I think Kalari's going to have a tough time missing as well. Wow. Okay, that is definitely not a miss at all. That is so much not a miss that it's not funny. Let's level this. Oh, I'm dead. I lose. Unfortunate. Yeah, that is a big hit there for 3.0. I think I made some mistakes this game as well. Just early game took a little bit too much more damage than I needed to. And unfortunately even got out-leveled by the looks of it. So there we go. That's game number 1. We'll just play a best out of whatever here though. Trying to beat Kalari at his own game. I think the other day we were 2-1 in my favor, so it was close. Or maybe we only played 2 games against each other the other day. I don't remember. There were some other people hanging around here as well. So this game, again we see the Technosmith. Maybe this time I'm just going to play the Nexus Pilot by the looks of it. Oh, that was the one mistake that I made. Yeah, I could have played the Savant instead of the Stonefist Giant, but hoping Kalari plays their own Nexus Pilot here. Swamp Moss Lurker. I think this is a good enough excuse as any to play a Sypian Augmentation, isn't it? This lines up favorably. Yeah, sure, let's do this. Seems fun. Give me a free spell. That's always good. And then, you know, Sparkblade we don't really need to play. Maybe I will just play Seismic Adept here. Try to get funky with it. Seismic Adept really good against Nexus Pilot. Being able to move Nexus Pilots in and out of that center location is really good. Probably just move this thing away from Seismic Adept. Trying to see if there is anything else funky that we can do. I think we just do this, moving it into the center. I mean, it's actually bad because I think I'd want him to play his Nexus Pilot so that we can bait that into a trade later. But then let's just go this, and then Aegis Conscripts trades here while making the Technosmith into a positive battle. Seems as good as anything else. Solid start. He does just get to eat both of these things if he wants to do so on 2.0, which... Okay, eating it with Forge Blade Sentry is really good. Eating it with other things isn't as good. Ooh, that's good eats as well. That's quite good. We could Magma Hound the Forge Plate. We would hit this for 6 and 6. I'm probably going to look to trade Ionic War Charger with Forge Plate Sentry, just because that can be a pretty scary card if left unchecked. And speaking of unchecked, we're going to let this Forge Plate get in for as much as it wants, while we try to pump up probably the Pilot. Ooh, that's nasty. Well, now I'm going to have to try to take out this Forge Plate Sentry, and it's going to be tough to do so. Yeah, that's going to be really tough. I honestly just don't have an answer to that for right now. I'm going to try to make my own Nexus Pilot large. But this is a little spooky scary. Yeah, I just can't deal with it right now. We have to hope to get there in the future. We could play Ionic War Charger here because then it could move, but it's going to be locked in for a moment. So I'm just going to play Volt Tech, protect the Pilot. And we're both kind of building our own big things here. I think that it's possible that, like, with other ways to just continue to grow the Pilot, we can kind of race him on a different level with a bunch of armor here in a way that's a little bit scary. Oh, never mind. Those traded already. Okay. So I want to play something center. I need to play this here. Shoot. I also need to kill this Life Shaper Savant right now. So I guess I really only have one play. I need to kill the Life Shaper Savant right now before he gets to take his turn. So there's two ways to do that. This way gives me a Steel Shaper trigger. So it's just going to be Techno, level Stone Fist, continue to take a bunch of damage, Matrix Warden, pumping the Techno, protecting the Techno, and then Augmentation here to grab a 7/7. We're going to lose on this combat. I'm going to take 12. It says 8 health, so I still can't quite kill it. Aegis Conscripts protecting itself. And this doing... Okay, so we actually can trade with the Forge Plate here now. And I'm going to do so. This is a spooky game. We are down pretty low. But we've finally cleared the board, and now we are on 3.0, but Kalari beats us to the chase with a huge Forge Plate Sentry that he gobbles up. Okay. So I just have to do this, and then probably have to just... I mean, they're both the same. Let's just do it like this. Okay, that's not terrible. We could even potentially decide to do this in combination. I'm going to take a bunch of damage here. Let's see, 16 plus 5, 21. No, it doesn't turn it into a positive battle. All right. I mean, the Matrix Warden does line up well here, though. This is going to trade. +5. Probably just play the Ionic War Charger here post-combat. Yeah, we can give this 21 attack, which means it just falls short of killing the Forge Plate Sentry. So we're just going to battle in 2. We're going to hit it for 9 and then 9, so that will be enough. Just have to get rid of my Steel Shaper trigger and then just play an Ionic War Charger here. Not super exciting, but I at least stay alive. Let's see if that will be enough. I don't think so, because again, Kalari has leveled, so we might just be losing a little bit here. We might be a little bit rusty. Okay, we're back in it again for another second. Light Shield Patrol. Looks like I'm just going to trade with Light Shield Patrol. Grab a positive battle. If we can make it into 4.0, we've got a bunch of Stonefist Giants, so there's a chance. There is a definite chance. Sparkblade Assassin is a 12. Volt Tech is a 12 as well. I probably just play Volt Tech here as the better underdrop. Alright. There's definitely a possible way back into these games, though. Okay, that is going to make things a little bit less possible. And he dodges the center location, which is quite annoying. But we're going to make a big guy center, and we're going to hope to go for it here. I could also just make some blocks, but I don't think I want to do that. He could pump up this by playing a level 1 Utera creature. I think I'm fine with that. Level 1 Utera creature to trade with either of these makes it slightly more annoying, but I think this is just better to do and set myself up really well for 4.0. With a 2230, that's a big monster. I think this is comebackable. But it's spooky. It is spooky. All right, Technosmith, that feels like a pretty good play for me. What happened here? What else has he done? Strength in numbers. Okay, to just grab a little bit of a positive battle across the field. Yeah, they're setting up for a potential kill with this Technosmith, but I gotta just say, if you got it, you got it. And then go for it myself here. Matrix Warden, I think I'm gonna have pump up. Oh, this is a tough call. This is a really tough call. I'm gonna have it pump up the Stonefist Giant. So if he has any amount of pump, I'm dead. But if not, I have definitely climbed my way back into the game. I think Kalari's got one turn before I really just take over. Life Shaper Savant will do it. There we go. Glowstride Stag pumping up the Technosmith and hitting me down to -2. Unfortunate. I think I could have crawled back in that one. But Life Shaper Savant is really, really good. That's like the main reason to go Utera. But unfortunately, Steel Shaper Savant, not quite as good. The text is a little bit off on it. What can you do? I'll bring that up to Kalari afterwards. Make sure it says another. Let's, I don't know if you're listening, Kalari, but we can just do a set. That's fine. So we have Okay. Let's... So that was Kalari's 4th game. So I think we're just going to say that Kalari won that set of 4. They won a best out of 3. And we will abandon this deck. It was an okay deck. But we're going to just say Kalari won, and we'll redraft with them since they have to redraft again as well. And they'll be, like, out of sync. If that works for you. Music went down. Alright, I'm going to drop here. And let's hop in another draft. Kalari beat us in that one. They got 2 wins against us, and that was all that they were able to play with that deck. So I'm going to draft a new deck, and this time we are going to play Utera. Which I think is, I don't know, I always thought it was the best faction. It was a little bit, I think, like, somewhat unbalanced in that way. I think Utera was, like, always much stronger than everything else. Bright Tusk Sower is kind of a combo with Wirewood Patriarch, but so is the Ravager. And I think it might just be a better card. It's tough to say. Could also lock in it's just called Necrium. This is fun though too. This is more stats at this level. More stats on these first 2 levels. The second level of this is quite nice, actually. All right, let's grab Bright Tusk. Forge Guardian Beta is something that I enjoy. Sapien Infiltrator is never bad. I'll go Forge Guardian Beta. Slightly better with Wirewood Patriarch. Alright, and then I think we just always grab Life Shaper Savants. Spring Dryad's kind of a funny one. Loy in general has some fun stuff with it too. Spring Dryad is just good nostalgia. That's always good value. Grab the War Chargers. Another Sower. I mean, they're good with all the Spring Dryads and stuff too. Sure. Another one? Another one. Definitely gets to be too much after a point, but we haven't quite hit that point yet, but I think we will hit that point. So I'll take a Forge Plate Sentry. Grove Huntress, always good, and I tend to just lean Utera if we already have a Life Shaper Savant. Because as we just saw against Kalari, it is a really, really nasty card. What's up, Wigglewolf? We just abandoned our previous deck to draft a new one. So after we get through this, we can do some battlings. Stag, not terrible. Don't love that. Kind of a good underdrop. Nexus Pilot's kind of just a good card. I'll take Glow Scale for the underdrop. Matrix Warden, probably go Aegis Conscript here. Sparkbot's meh. I think we're just going to try to make a big Spring Dryad, and that's funny. Solid underdrop with Deep Branch Prowler or just grab Nexus Pilot. Actually a little bit low in the way of priority levels right now. Grab another one of these. I think I just always go Grove Huntress. Matrix Warden. Lightbringer might just be a solid card to always have. Ooh, okay. We could actually reasonably consistently make use of Lifeblood Dryad. This is like the opposite way, but Frostwild Tracker, I just think is kind of it. Orion Battle Droid is an annoying card if you can get it online. Very weak level 2. Frostwild Tracker I think is just too much fun though. Probably go for the Pulse Mage. Alright, another Life Shaper. That's really good. Might even just go for Aegis Pulse here. I guess we could go for Strength in Numbers. Yeah, it could be good if we get a Life Shaper trigger off of it. Okay, we'll grab that. It's our weakest card so far, but if we have enough ways to make use of Life Shaper Savant, then it's pretty good. And I think I'm even going to grab this over a 4th Matrix Warden, or a 3rd. Yeah, that's fine. Grove Matriarch is fine. A little bit unexciting, but fine. Might take Deep Branch Prowler here now to just have like a dedicated underdrop. Right, always Grove Huntress. Technosmith, generally pretty solid. And I think I go Aegis Conscripts here, or maybe Forge Plate as a priority level. We did just pick up a Technosmith. This is our last card, though, as well. So, 1, 2, 3. I might actually just grab another Strength in Numbers. If it can save a Savant, that's pretty good, but so can Aegis Conscript. I don't hate Forge Plate here, though, either. You know what? I'm just going to take Ghost Scale Cobra as an underdrop. I'm good with that. Alright. Cool. Definitely not a super high-powered deck, but a fine deck nonetheless. And Wigglewolf, best of luck, my friend. We're going to start off with Life Shaper, Savant. And then I'm going to play my Aloyan cards. Alright, good trades. Oh wait, did I... I just forgot to play a card. Oh well. Good luck to you too. Yeah, you don't need them. You don't need all those cards in a turn. It's kind of overhyped. I blame the client. It says turn. Too confusing. No, I don't know what happened there. I think that I messed up, clearly. Grove Huntress saves the War Charger. Or saves the Nexus Pilot, rather. It's probably good enough. Turn. Yeah. I don't even think that's why I made the mistake. I think I got something else confused in my head, to be totally honest, and just kind of twisted it around. Can't remember exactly what I was thinking. I think I wanted to play a card post-combat, and I think my brain was just empty for a moment. That happens. Alright, I think I used the Matrix Warden to kill the Stonefist Giant here. This is a pretty commanding lead. So, we're doing alright. regardless. Despite the fact that I've played 2 less cards than Wiggle Wolf here. Let's level up Forge Guardian and play War Charger. It's close, but I think that this is good because it allows you to move the War Charger over as needed. They're going for the plan of let the Nexus pilot stay on the field long enough that it gets awkward because I want to replace it. But I don't know. It's a nasty card here. Magma Hound's gonna hit it for a little bit of damage. Yeah, that's why I played the War Charger. I figured like it could move over or something. Yeah, we get to make good use out of it here. Because I get to go Life Shaper, Grove Huntress, and Grove Huntress is going to grow the War Charger. Shaper's going to grow the Pilot for 13-13. I totally miss, which could be enough for Wiggle Wolf to wiggle their way back into it. They're going for double Bloxies on the Pilot by the looks of it, and it's not going to be enough. But I got to figure out exactly what that means to me. I think Grove Huntress here is pretty clear. And then I'm just going to pump up this with Grove Huntress. And then I think I'm going to use the other Grove Huntress to pump up the other Grove Huntress as much as I can. This puts a decent amount of pressure. Now they might be able to deal with my Nexus Pilot here, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, Magma Hound clears it, and then Technosmith gobbles up something else. So, pretty good turn for them, actually. But just when you thought I was out, I'm back. And I've got a 1923, plus I've got double their health. So that all seems pretty solid. This is a little bit awkward. I might actually have enough of a health lead here that I just decide to, like, take 36 damage. Or 39 damage. That's a positive battle. Like, I don't want to just put something down to 1 health. That's very annoying. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the Magma Hound there. It's spicy. But I'm going to try to press my advantage here. And wait till I miss this next turn to play cards in front of Magma Hound. Yeah, that worked out beautifully. Because now I get to play this. I get to block it with this. And give something +6. Which is pretty gravy. Especially because of how all this worked out. So +6 is actually not enough. Puts it to 21. Wow, what a freaking turn of events. So I probably ignore the Forge Guardian? I guess I just trade with Forge Guardian, right? I hit it for 11 and then 11 if I give it more than that. Okay, I guess I'm taking out the Forge Guardian here then. Yeah. Could also just battle with the Stonefist Giant, but it's about as bad as any of the other plans are. Grove Huntress. We're going to pump up, maybe even just pump up the Life Shaper here. And then pump up the War Charger. I could have just pushed damage, and I think that also might have been fine. But I'll just go for this. Magma guy is awkward. Grove Matriarch is really good. Yeah, this is fine. They actually have a lot of ways to potentially push through damage, which gets a little bit scary, but we're just going to hope that this can kind of go the distance here. Which it does look like it'll be able to do. We just have to hit them twice. They've got to hit me a few more times than twice. So I think we have inevitability. Yeah, I thought that they would make a play like this, dodge the play here and just smack me. Oh no, they went for the pump up on the Technosmith. That makes a lot of sense too. Soulforge kind of still a thing here, Dan. Yeah, we're playing for fun. You can hop on Kalari if you want to repost the link, but it is kalari.tech/KF. That's the best place to link people. Or you can check out the Soulforge subreddit. There's a link to some resources. There's 2 people right now working on different Soulforge revivals. And maybe they can do some sort of team up as well. So I'm also just tempted to, like, how big can we make this Forge Plate Sentry so that it definitely doesn't die, giving it another armor? If we give it 6 armor, then it takes 14... Down to 6, it would be down to 11. But I could give it +5, so it would go down to 16. I kind of feel like that's a pretty interesting way to play this. Take a look. I had hundreds of hours on it at launch. I've based some side projects on improving the core mechanics too. Very cool, Dan. Yeah, I was a huge Soulforge fan back in the day. Enough that I've like kept in touch with Kalari and we chat, and Kalari is also a huge fan of Soulforge, obviously, and always trying to get it to work again. Sorry, I don't mean to delay this game any further, Wiggle Wolf. It is a pretty big turn, but Soulforge Fusion. I don't know if you mean Reforged or if you mean Fusion, because you're kind of fusing 2 of those names together. But either one, yes, I did check out. Fusion. Yeah, I looked at it briefly. So this gives me a 17 health character. I think that that's probably the best way to play this, just because that seems pretty annoying. Then we can develop other big threats as well. So that seems like it could be good. They kind of have to deal with this Forge Plate or they lose. They could block it once and then also create their own big threat here. But they basically need to... Okay, they're gonna throw a double block on it. Oh, why did I press that? Sometimes I just want to press that end turn button when it lights up. Alright, and they're going to go for Ionic War Charger in the center. Now, we don't have the means to kill them. But we do have the means to play a Nexus Pilot and another lethal-looking card. So I'll play those, bring my opponent down to 10. And now we've got 3 lethal cards on the board. They are not looking to present lethal, but they can not die here. They can Magma Hound to block. They battle first, then they move over Ionic War Charger, and then they block Forge Guardian Beta post-combat. Yeah. That gets them to another turn. What do they have? Stonefist Giant is looking good temporarily. We're kind of going to blow them out here with the Life Shaper Savant or the Grove Huntress. But it is looking good temporarily, at least. Since this is lethal, I think I just play this. Yeah, GG, I think, here. Wiggle Wolf. And I play this, and I actually pump itself to make itself lethal as well. So now I've got 4 lethal characters. I'm sure I could have gotten there just with Life Shaper Savant, making anything lethal next turn. But this leveled up the Grove Huntress as well. Really close game. Close one indeed. But there we go. We were able to take it. Cool. So yeah, Dan, you can, we can talk about fusion, or we can, you love level 1 and not the other levels. Oh, that's interesting. I like how things, there's like a trade-off, but I feel like without the second levels, you're kind of more describing Yu-Gi-Oh! But I really like the idea of like your plays as a resource to, I mean, it's fun. The actual game of, sure, the choices of what to play. I can definitely understand that. Fusion really, yeah, and you don't really have the choices once you have some cards leveled and other cards not. It makes every game kind of feel a little bit more like a draft or something, when you can like power up your own cards. I mean, that's kind of like the whole conceit of SolForge, but oh, my bad, Wiggle. Thank you. But yeah, I can definitely see that. You have a lot more options on the early turns, whereas later on it's really just like, okay, well, what am I still allowed to play here? Grove Huntress flips this. And then War Charger seems fine there. That's good. Probably play this as well. Ooh, Positive Battle. Nice. Oh, okay, yeah. You made some nice stuff happen on this one. Actually kind of like moving this here. I think I will try to level Frostwild Tracker this game, though it's not super necessary. Playing a lot of the same cards in this one. Matrix Warden lines up very, very well. Yeah, I definitely feel you in that capacity. I think I'm just going to try to level my best cards here. Not worry about the fact that I am... Well, this is just a trade in 2, which is their choice whether or not they want to complete it or not. Life Shaper's a little bit awkward, though I think I might still try to level it. We've got a bunch of Grove Huntress level 1s and stuff that could make it seem good in the future. Ionic War Charger. So many Ionic War Chargers in this game. So many. This locks the War Charger into this lane. And I guess this one locks this one here. Sure. Oh, okay. That happens. There's definitely an art to like, yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping would happen, because now we can save this with Aegis conscripts in a way that I think works out pretty well for me. And then I'll probably just use Grove Huntress to trade with Forge Guardian Beta here. I could also just use Grove Huntress post-combat to, or even pre-combat, to give this 3 more health. It's going to take 5 damage this turn, go to 1. If we give it 3 more health, then it's effectively at 8, which is different than 5. But I think I'd rather trade with their Forge Guardian, or set up the trade to do so. Frostwild is quite good, allowing me to level up my entire hand here. Flame Shaper, what did that even do? Oh, nothing. Nothing. Okay, great. So I think we just have to play Frostwild Center, which is a little bit awkward, but I want to be able to play the Technosmith for free off of the Frostwild. Oh, interesting. You select the card and make it free. I don't believe that's how that used to work, but seems fine enough now. I'll level this, and then I'll just play this. Ionic Warcharger moving after battling is a little bit awkward this turn, but I think that was just how we had to do it. And it's actually not that awkward here. Okay, they're just going to go for Wind Primordial for the trade, take out my whatever that thing was called, and then another Warcharger. Alright, well, I'm definitely going to save... no, I don't know if it's worth it. Like, I don't think it's worth it to... I could save this Forge Plate Sentry by doing some silly stuff, but I think it's just better to level Life Shaper Savant and level another level 2 card. And that's my best option. So we'll take more damage from Ionic Warcharger. I told you that card's good. I feel like my mouth is getting tired just from saying Ionic Warcharger too many times, but it's a good one. It is definitely a good one. Here's where we kind of have a little bit of a combo with Life Shaper Savant, though. Didn't draw the cards in the exact perfect order. I think we can still make some fun happen with them. But like, we could play this, and then we could still just play 2 1-cost cards to go fully into Life Shaper, which is kind of cool. I think I'll probably play the Patriarch, though. Alright, so... Patriarch trades nicely here, and probably pumps up Grove Huntress, which we also use to battle into there. So this is kind of what I'm feeling here. Let's go... no real sense giving this +3/+3. So I kind of want to put the bonus on the Frostwild tracker. Doesn't matter which thing I make free. Grove Huntress pumps Life Shaper. Life Shaper pumps Frostwild, and then Patriarch pumps the Grove Huntress, which is irrelevant, but still good to do. Oh no! I was waiting for the Patriarch to come out. I replaced it. Whoops. Okay. Still some mistakes here and there. That's fine. We're up a game. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's just different than, I know it highlights the name that the lane that I'm over. I just can't check it every time. I just look where my mouse is. It's my fault. I guess you could make the boundaries of them not border each other, like have like a gray zone where you're not putting into either location. Alright, moving some things around to get funky with me. Ooh, that's nice. Though, actually not that impressive. I think we're going to be okay here. Assuming their last spell is like a Magma Hound to deal with the Frostwild Tracker. Yeah, this is fine. I guess I probably could have blocked the Matrix Warden if we're giving this 6 total armor. Oh, wow. They're going to have some War Chargers, though, too. So, this isn't just going to be easy pickings here. Yeah, I think one thing that would prevent it, too, is if you just, like, had a... like, maybe spaced the stuff out a little bit more. I'm not saying, like, change around the whole UI, but just have some, like, spaces where it doesn't impact it at all. Okay, so they're planning on using Flame Shaper plus Ionic War Charger, which is 7 plus 15. Doesn't quite get you there, but they can get pretty close, and then they can do some other stuff. They might actually just be looking to push damage here, too. That's also reasonable. So I do have to consider that. I'm pretty sure I should just be playing 2 cards here. And I think it's just going to be Forge Plate and Life Shaper. Forge Plate is a little bit awkward because they can take it out with a Flame Shaper trigger. They can do that on basically anything. This will just make them have it. I don't care if I like here I'm setting myself up well to draw underdrops right now, so it's still pretty good. Yeah, these are all fine draws. I do have to deal with this Flame Shaper Savant, but I'll get there. Probably just going to spend my whole turn dealing with this Flame Shaper Savant. No, I think there's some ways that this works out really nicely for me. I could decide to just go aggressive on the beta, or I could take out their Flame Shaper, could pump up my own Life Shaper. That's pretty annoying as well. Yeah, if their plan is just to chump block it, yeah. We knew they were going to do that. To take out my Forge Plate. It seemed like a lot of damage. 7 damage. Oh, and then they move over post-combat to just hit some on the beta. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I think I just have to do this. So that way I can at least answer that. I kind of like leveling up Technosmith into the next level here too. Yeah, I'll go for that. was probably safer to just pump up the Forge Guardian and then make that a really difficult thing for them to deal with, but still seems like we've got a decent amount of threats on the board. Okay. Backfires a little bit, especially as this... Okay, no, that backfires a lot of it. Wow. That was a really, really good turn for them. I might just be dead. +2, +3. Okay, we can hit an interesting breakpoint. I think I'm just dead. I think I just lose. Okay. I didn't just lose. So I guess this all worked out fine. I'm not winning right now, but I'm alive. Okay, yeah. There were a lot of ways I could lose. All right, I think we're 1-1 now. Is that right, Wiggle? Did I get the first one, you get the second one? If so, let's see who can win a best out of 3, maybe? Unless you've already beat me twice, then GG's. Cool. Let's finish off the set. That'll be a nice little way to end this SolForge segment. Then I'm going to play a little bit of Marvel Snap. If I can remember to play all of my cards each turn, ooh, you are done for. I think I'm just going to level up these two. I don't hate leveling up the Grove Matriarch, though, either. Maybe that's just fine. Sure. Life Shaper and Technosmith is a nice little start to this game as well. I'm leveling up some good cards. Yes, you did get to go first. No. No, I think I went first. Yeah, no, I think last game I went first and forgot to level a card. I think that was game 2. And I think that's at least partially probably why I did lose that game. But I could be misremembering. Let's play this and then play this. Not quite killing the Forge Guardian. Not great plays here overall, but I think I'm leveling slightly better than you. Ooh. Botanimate. Wait. Oh no, I didn't Botanimate. You Fire Fist Euronti'd it. Thought you turned it into a seedling. I was like, whoa, that's a play. That's not something that you see super often, but that was not, in fact, the play. So Spring Dryad's kind of cool. Frostwild Tracker's kind of cool. Those are the best priority levels here. So we'll do that. I got real excited that we were seeing some spice in Game 3. I mean, we are. Fire Fist Uranti is definitely different, and then Meta Sight for Nexus Pilot. You got some big things coming. Alright, this is a really nice turn for me, though. Bright Tusk plus token, and then a Forge Plate Sentry. Spring Dryad, eat your pilot. That worked out really nicely. Now, more pilots are coming. You got double pilot in your possession at the moment. Hopefully both in your hand right now. That would be good for me. The other interesting thing about Soulforge Fusion is the decks are much smaller, and then they add the hero power and a little bit more interactivity in the turns. So, I do think that Fusion iterates on the game in some nice ways that kind of makes everything feel a little bit more interactive and a little bit more close in power level between yourself and your opponent. I think I'm just going to draw 6. I mean, the Forge Guardian beta is not that strong at level 2. So I could just throw away the Forge Guardian. Yeah, it still makes them use a trigger, and they might not have it this next turn, or it might just be awkward for them to do it next turn. Yeah, that's probably right. We do wind up drawing a pretty decent underdrop that we could have used there otherwise, but now we get to play like these 3 and just pump up Forge Plate. There's the pilot, and there's the puppy, which is going to allow you to trade with Forge Guardian. For some reason, I can choose the targets for your Magma Hound. Oh, I could choose the target for Flame Shaper Savant. I should have done it. Should have taken advantage while I had the chance. Alright, so here I think is where I just kind of try to apply some pressure where I can. Free. 3, 8. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't let me. So I'm going to Aegis Conscripts the Forge Plate. Now the question is, do I want to Grove Huntress the Forge Plate? I think so. Or do I want to play Wirewood Patriarch? I actually messed up. I should have played the Aegis Conscripts here. But I thought maybe I would go for the Wirewood Patriarch instead. Alright, I'll go for Wirewood Patriarch instead now that I made that mistake. This is the better play now. It might not have been the better play to begin with. Ooh, this isn't looking too bad, but we'll see what they're... I mean, it's not like you are that much ahead of me. Yeah, you kind of have to, for some things, especially with like Shaper triggers, you have to discern where the triggers are going based off of where they could go. Sorry, I might not be saying that correctly. But like Magma Hound can only target my creatures. So if your highlights are over my creatures, then you know you're dealing with Magma Hound. Whereas if you can target the players, then you're dealing with Flame Shaper. So that's like a nice way to know for now what you're doing. Frostwild Tracker is basically useless here. That was a really, really insane Sonic Pulse. My plan was kind of to just Techno Smith plus Grove Huntress on the Nexus Pilot. Especially considering now Grove Huntress on Forge Plate Sentry does not really seem like it's going to get me anywhere. But we could just go Technosmith here. I mean, this is more damage, basically. And I do kind of just like the idea of stranding you with your second Nexus Pilot, but I think I've got to take down the Nexus Pilot where I can. This is a little bit loose in its own regard, but I'll go for it. Play it like that. Aegis lines up nicely here. Stonefist is just a chump block, but it's a chump block for a while. Aegis is going to get taken down here, but I guess it makes you use it. So that's fine. And now we're on to level 3. And we draw some cards. This is the decider, too. This is game 3, so this is for all the marbles here. I mean, we could play a 4th game for fun, but then we can't figure out who won. So I think this is for all the marbles. Another Sonic Pulse on 3.0, but you know what? That's not as scary as some other things we could have seen. So I think I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is the fact that I kind of have to use a lot of my resources here to, like, finish off your existing things. Because these pulse waves are... Oh, okay. Fair enough. So this is the finals. This is an important turn, I think. Either way, you can use your War Charger to finish off either of my characters. So I guess I should keep this guy at 11 and put this guy down to 6. Champion of the Universe battle. Let's go. Bright Tusk is good on level 2, but I think I'd rather just level up the Grove Huntress, more likely to have an impact. A bunch of nothingness on the side here is a little bit awkward. I'll have to replace those at some point, though. It can actually be fine for me. I think War Charger probably battles and then moves over. Maybe that's the play. I'm not sure. Alright, nice little scoop them up there. And Nexus Pilot. Okay. Can I punish you for this? Not in a way that I care to do. I could punish you for it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play Forge Plate Sentry here. I'm going to battle, and then I'm going to play... Oh, you know what? This might actually be a great opportunity for Bright Tusk. It could even be Bright Tusk here, put it down to 12. It's tough. I'm conflicted between trying to make my own guy and block your guy, which is that's always like the main puzzle in SolForge, is do you want to set up for your own things or do you want to try to deal with what your opponent is doing? Still have a lot of life, but Nexus Pilot is a large and in charge monster. We can't like view our deck or anything in this, can we? No, that was something we could always do too. Yeah, it's not a super high priority. For draft mode, it's a lot more important because Like, there's no sense in, like, memorizing your deck. You could just, like, make a picture of it or something, so you know what you are working with. Grove Matriarch trades with the Nexus Pilot, though of course we're not going to draw that again. We do have the Beta. Alright, let's play Life Shaper. Okay, swing and a miss. I forgot about this too. That's funny. Be cool if that was relevant later. This is fine. Because the Tree Folk is going to trade, but I'm assuming you're taking out the Tree Folk here. Yes, with the Flame Shaper. Nicely done. And then you were planning on taking out the Life Shaper with that now too. So I do kind of like Matrix Warden. I kind of also don't even hate the Prowler. Yes, no problem. No problem for the tip, my friend. So I either want to, like, get a Life Shaper trigger. No, it can't be a Life Shaper trigger. It has to be just Matrix Warden. Alright, this sequencing is a little bit awkward, but I think we do this. We battle, and then I Wirewood Patriarch. And I think I will... maybe I should have just played it first then. Yeah, that would have allowed me to get in 2 damage with the Forge Plate Sentry. I didn't think about just blocking with it, but I think now is the time to block. Though... kind of a swing and a miss on the rest of this player level. My Forge Plate Sentry is still kind of uncontested, though I imagine that's what Flame Shaper Savant's going to focus on here. Oh, in a big way. In a big way. I think we're about to lose the finals here. Okay. Ghost Scale Crowbird does technically take out the Nexus Pilot eventually. Honestly, +3/+3 might be worth it. I don't think it's good enough there. Let's see, what would you do? You'd hit me for 5, then 5. 5. Cobra's bug, then she'll get 8 poison. Well, that's... okay. I think I block it post-combat anyways, and it doesn't matter. To go down here though, regardless. I'm about to take 29 this turn. That's half of my life. And the draws are not really coming for one of us. They're definitely coming for the other of us. So that's a wee bit awkward. Yeah, I mean, this is just lethal, right? Block that. turn itself. Yeah, drawing hot will do me in here because I take 55 on your turn. So that'll do it. I could have taken 2 less damage by blocking the Forge Guardian instead, but I will just go down in a blaze of glory. There we go. Should have just not blocked it all this turn. Gone down to 3 and then let you smack me for 100. GG's there, Wiggle Wolf. There we go. Not the best return to SolForge, I don't think, for me, but I still had fun and I still got to play some SolForge. So if you want to play some SolForge, again, you can check this out. I will leave a link to this in the video description. But that is, once again, I'm just making sure I'm getting it right, kalari.tech/KF. So here it is right there on the screen. Kalari.tech, don't forget that floating H there, /KF. And you can play SolForge on your browser. There's also a link to it currently on the SolForge subreddit, where you can download a PC client and have fun with that as well. But yeah, we can draft SolForge again, so that's really sweet and fun stuff to do. That's gonna be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace. And I am going to stream for a little bit longer here. I am going to just do my daily missions in Marvel Snap. So let's get into that as well. But GG's, Kalari and Wiggle Wolf. Thank you for the games as well. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've played some SolForge. I gotta remember exactly what I'm doing here. But it is fun. Alrighty. Let's get into some Marvel Snap. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for letting me play. No, for Marvel Snap I use this camera. And where is my tracker? Right here. Shut some programs down so that this can load up. Didn't have any camera issues while playing SolForge. That's a good sign. So I'm just logging in here to do my daily missions, and then that'll be the end of the stream. Cool. All right, let's take a look at what my missions are. Draw cards. I guess I completed 1 mission. Gotta play 6 cost cards. I'll play Galactus. Win a location with 4 cards. I guess I could play Sandwave. play this. I'll play Sandwave. No, I'll play Galactus. I don't think it's going to be too difficult to play 2 6-cost cards. There's one of them right now. Alright, can't play it there though. It's going to be Sunspot. Dream Dimension, that's going to make things a little bit awkward. I need to draw Wave next turn, or I could Iron Lad. I guess we could Wave on turn 4 as well. That's also fine. Alright, skipping another turn. They decided not to skip a turn, so they're going to be left with a bunch of rocks. So if we draw... If we hit the wave here... That could be quite awkward for them. If they do not decide to skip a turn. What do we got? What do we got? Absorbing Man, which gives us nothing. So Absorbing Man grabs Absorbing Man again and gives us nothing. They could choose to play nothing this turn. Because we could Kang and Snap. Could honestly almost see them passing here with Misty Knight and Sunspot. It's crazy to pass on turn 5. Maybe because they're going to pass, then the Kang is a little bit more threatening too. Alright, they did make a play, and that play is Cyclops. Actually can't get into the big house. If they don't skip this turn, I have trouble getting into the big house. But that just means I only have to win in the flooded location. How close do we get by playing Death? They're going to play Cyclops, which is 4 power. Nebula is 2 more power. And then Misty Knight could hit there again as well. Oh, this turn they skip. Alright, awkward. Alright, well played. Now I probably can't win. They probably just have like... Could just be Hulk or something. I'll play it. I've got to complete this mission anyways. Ooh, they have Hulk plus something else. Oh, Wasp. Okay, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We got wrecked. I think I might switch to Sandwave just because there's slightly more 6-drops in that deck. But what's the hardest location here? Winning a location with 4 cards. Yeah. That might just be a different deck entirely. Let's play some Sandwave. I might as well, while I'm streaming today, open up my season cache. That seems fine. Okay, Nebula. Sandman plus leader is pretty dang good. I'll snap.
I am ego,
And this is my domain.
There we go. There we go. I think that this deck is pretty good with Ego. I'm not going to be able to play anything really this turn or next turn. And Nebula is kind of good with Ego. Because we'll just keep missing that. But, like, the huge, big cards, I think, are going to be good for us. I guess now we're pretty unlikely to Odin our leader. But we'll probably win in the throne room, and we'll probably be able to make some nice stuff happen. I'm confident here. Ooh, Sandman plus Rock. Okay, never mind. We play the Rock this turn. And we actually don't even play the Sandman, so... I guess I did want to play the Sandman. But at least we played our cards into Nebula. So we got that going for us. Polaris, not going to be able to move anything. And then Zabu. Vision's good. Now we're winning an Elysium. Magneto could be hype. Yeah, Vision's going to get moved every turn. Magneto to move their cards out of Throne Room is actually a reasonably big deal. How many cards do they have in hand? 2 cards in hand. They're going to play Stature this turn. That's probably not ideal. And we move everything over to Elysium. We are just barely losing an Elysium. Claw could win the game. Huh. I think this is not good. I think I lose this almost every time. I needed Vision to move into Elysium with us, and then Leader to block Throne Room plays. Yeah. I lose. Oh well. What could this possibly be that gives me a win? I don't think there's anything. Spider-Man. Shang-Chi is kind of devastating, actually. And then Darkhawk, which I will steal. Oh, and I steal the Spider-Man, but I lose in Elysium, which I knew was going to happen. So you actually do steal the cards. I forgot that that was true. And it looks at current power. Which, for some weird reason, included Spider-Man as a 10 and Darkhawk. That was an interesting game. Just to learn the interaction there was kind of cool. Alright, I think the easiest way to win a location with 4 cards, though, is really just going to be to play Negative Wong. So let's play that for a few games. I'm probably only going to play for another 10-15 minutes regardless, kind of running a little bit longer than I thought we might. Seems like a good hand. Sure. I won't snap just yet. Ooh, that is insane for them, though. Alright, now I'll snap. I'll snap to Zabu plus Wong. For sure. Might wind up gambiting their ninja. That is a real sentinel. That's not a sentinel that they grabbed out of the forge, so that's funny. It's probably worth playing some sentinels into Kalintar next turn just to consolidate that space. If they let me. Yeah, it's a way to get like a little bit more value out of the board. Next turn, somewhat interested in just playing White Tiger. This isn't the most powerful game of this deck. The other play would be Iron Man, and then the final turn of the game, Mystique plus Ironheart. So White Tiger's 14 power, Iron Man is 10 power. No, I think I'm just going to play some Tigers. So we should be... No, we're not winning because the Tigers went this way and that. So we could go Wolfsbane here. Actually, don't hate that now. Try to win in Shadowland and then maybe just... Honestly, probably just Ironheart something. Sure, let's try it. Wolfsbane's pretty big and they just might not be expecting that play. They might go for like exactly enough power in the Forge with Hitmonkey plus Mysterio clone. Probably Mysterio, Hitmonkey, and then 2 other medium cards in Clintar. They have 7 cards in hand though. I guess they've got a lot of Sentinels. Okay, no, they went big in Clintar, which I kind of avoided. Sentinel, and then another Sentinel. Shauna. Whoa, okay, was not expecting that one. But I think I still have this here. I don't know, it's going to come down to how big does Wolfsbane get? Pretty big? Big enough. Nice. Okay, and that wins 2 locations with 4 cards as well, which is halfway to completing one of these harder missions. That worked out very nicely. So I've just got to win 1 more game with 4 cards in each location. We've seen the recipe. We've seen how we do it. So let's get to it. Nova Roma, pretty good with Bast in the opener. We grab the Zabu as well. Let's throw these cards here, leave ourselves a location for Wong. I think that was potentially a mistake I made last game, was not leaving myself an open location for Wong, even though it did help me grab some Sentinels. Zabu plus Crystal plus Nova Roma. I think this is a snap. Yeah, this player's like me. They just made a new deck, so they didn't change their avatar or set a title. That's what I do too. And then our third location is going to be Rickety Bridge. Okay, so we do lose our Zabu. That part's awkward, but we can also lose our Mr. Negative, and that's actually kind of cool. This will be our Wong location. Crystal will awkwardly also go into the bridge. Actually, Big House is now our Wong location, so we can Crystal into Nova Roma. That's fine. I have 0 power on the board, but I'm still optimistic. Still feel okay about this one. Yeah, let's drop Crystal here, because we can win the Big House super easily with flipped Iron Man, flipped Wong Mystique. Next turn, we can play Wong Mystique Ironheart for a huge amount of power in the Big House, and then we can just White Tiger to hopefully take over Nova Roma, plus get a little bit of power in Rickety Bridge to make it a game of differential, and if we draw flipped Iron Man, we throw that in Nova Roma too. Okay, well, then I guess I'm gonna play... We could still draw Wong. But at this point, I think I just play White Tiger. If that lands in the big house, cool. We could still go Wong, Mystique, Ironheart into the big house, and then flipped Iron Man and Nova Roma. Psylocke into Rickety Bridge just to make sure it's a differential game. I think we've still won this, unless my opponent does something really funky here. Could we see a Scarlet Witch, or are we just going to see a Sentinel? Yeah, that's a Sentinel. Nice. Okay, I did want that in the big house, and do I see Wong? How many cards do I have in my deck? I have to draw Wong here. Wow, I've got one card in my deck, and it is, unfortunately, Wong. So... if this is going to be a game about differential, which it is, then I want to get as much power as possible in the big house. Or in any one location. This might be the most power I can throw in one location. And then I Psylocke here. And we could actually even win with Gambit hitting this Sentinel, though I'm sure they'll drop another thing. They'll probably just drop another thing into Rickety Bridge because they're out of space and want to pump Bishop. So it shouldn't really matter. I guess they could try to be a little bit sneaky there. But I think that this probably wins the game. No Scarlet Witch, that is really good for me. They do have Devil Dinosaur, but I do believe we're just going to have more power thanks to flipped over Iron Man. We drew our whole deck. We didn't find Wong, but we were able to Mystique our Iron Man, which is generally a pretty strong way to win. Will we also win the Rickety Bridge, the 1 in 9, to take out the Sentinel? No, not going to be it. But still, a pretty commanding victory here. We win with a lead of 62 to their 10, so we are up by 50. And that's enough to grab some cubes. There we go. And I believe I've got to win one more location with 4 cards. We can probably get that done in one more game. Even if we lose this game, but we can win a location with 4 cards, then we'll call it a win. Because that will complete our mission there. This will be the last game of the stream regardless. Got some plans tonight. Going to be going out, so we'll call it after this one. Kamar Taj Wong. Okay, well, this could be a really, really big one. Just show me that Psylocke, baby. Nowhere. Okay, so a little wrinkle. But Bast is good. Yeah, we'll grab the Bast here. I mean, even just Wong Gambit could potentially be enough to win this game. We could even go Crystal, but the curve of that is really awkward. Okay. That's kind of funny. Their Kitty Pride now no longer works. And we could also Crystal Wong them to draw a whole bunch more cards. I'm gonna snap. If we Psylocke, that means on turn 4 I will have 6 energy. It's probably worth doing. I could also Gambit to get rid of my whole hand. So there's 2 actually really solid ways to play that. Do I get rid of my whole hand, or do I give them... I don't want to get rid of the kitty. I kind of want to Gambit Wong my whole hand away. They could get rid of Mindscape here. I might just hope I don't hit the kitty. But I think discarding my whole hand with Kamartaj Gambit is really funny. Alright, Zabu is beautiful. And then let's discard my whole hand and destroy their whole board. I think they have to be, if they stay in it here, they have to be flipping Mindscape. Oh wow, we actually have priority here too, so we don't kill Kitty. We discard my whole hand. And then... oh, they will still get the kitty. It returns at the start of each turn. Okay. So that's a little bit of a mistake here then. But they do have a huge kitty pride. That is actually pretty fun. But that's all they have? So this has got to be fine. We didn't give them anything. They get to play Kitty Pride plus 1 card off the top. They were surprisingly a Shuri deck. I wasn't expecting that. But then we just get to fill every location with Tigers. Seems like that'll be good enough. What is their card they played in Kamartaj? This is spooky. This is spooky. Where'd they play the kitty? Okay, the kitty's in Kamartaj, and the Vision will not beat us over there. We were guaranteed to beat the Vision because even if 3 Tigers go here, 1 goes here, and we beat him for 8, so there we go. That will take it. That won't complete the mission I was trying to grab, but that will complete this stream. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.